New Zealand and Australia have been going head-to-head now for over 100 years. The dawn of the Sanzar era and the Tri-Nations in 1996 served to intensify the rivalry. There is no bigger rugby match in the world than when these two giants of the game battle it out in the Bledisloe Cup. In the last 10 years, the All Blacks have just about held the upper hand, winning 12 of the 20 fixtures. Here are 6 of the best of those victories. The first Tri-Nations fixture between the All Blacks and the Wallabies was played in Wellington in July 1996. It was the dawn of a new era of professional rugby and was also the first occasion that sports betting in New Zealand was allowed on a rugby match, and over 50,000 New Zealand dollars had changed hands at the bookmakers. Most predicted an All Black win, but the inhospitable weather around Athletic Park meant that this wasn't expected to be the easiest game on the eye between these two old rivals. New Zealand were led out by their veteran skipper Sean Fitzpatrick. Behind him were 11 other members of the World Cup final team, still smarting from losing to the appearance against Australia and 4th cap overall was Wellington's exciting 20-year-old fullback Christian Cullen. The Wallabies had a new coach and captain. Greg Smith had appointed John Eales to replace the legendary Michael Lynagh as skipper. Still on the wing in a gold shirt was David Campese, fast approaching his 100th cap.
And Australia have split to receive the kick. Obviously a little bit of confusion before the game. New Zealand have split it up. Some forwards to the left, some to the right. They're mixing it up. This will perplex John Eales and the Australians, perhaps. An unusual formation at kick-off time, Grant Fox.
Very unusual, obviously part of a secret training session on Thursday or Friday this week.
It's more or less the orthodox kick-off. They want to get that hands on the pill early, and conditions today will be slippery underfoot. The wind is lashing in. We go to the sideline for the latest check on condition from John Macbeth.
I think the wind has got even stronger since the last 10 minutes. A strong southeasterly blowing into the faces of the All Blacks. The ground conditions, you could tell from that first little bit of action that the players are getting muddy immediately. It's slippery. It's going to be very, very difficult. First scrum, very interesting.
Referee Morrison says the Aussies didn't go down, and they've tapped it. Marshall to Fitzpatrick, straight into the opposition. The two captains meet. Marshall out to Mertens. They didn't put it up in the air. Frank Bunce with the bandage. Frank Bunce through. White to Wilson. And a save from Michael Bryle. New Zealand have come to play in the sticky conditions, Grant Fox.
Well, that's very unexpected. The Wallabies certainly didn't think the All Blacks had moved that wide straight off.
Goes Robin Brook, that's the goal line there. It's got to be close, it's a try. 1 minute gone. The try for New Zealand. And give it to Michael Jones, number 6. Number 1 though, right in this moment.
Michael Jones at the front of the line out.
It's all mixed up. Zinzan Brook down there again as well. Walter Little, Lomu. Bowen the tackler. Getting across there quickly was Richard Harry. John Eales grabs Zinzan Brook. Now Robin Brook. He's a very good passer of the ball. There's an example. Mertens. Walter Little goes down. This is 15 metres out. Marshall. Change of direction. Michael Jones. Lomu in midfield. 3 out to his right. Zinzan Brook. Cullen. Christian Cullen. His head swathed in bandages. A dramatic score.
This guy knows the way to the try line. This is his 8th try.
X19. VTX 19.
John Eales, the captain, number 5. Bryle is behind him. Then Finnegan, number 6. Wilson, number 7. And that's slightly crooked throw into Morgan, not called. Zinzan Brook hits Payne hard. Running the ball. in the miserable conditions. Bunce, 40 metres out from New Zealand line, and they're stacked up left to right. Mertens, again, the flat kick through, Lomu in tune, well claimed by Lomu. Marshall, no one ahead, he has to have a go. That's amazing. The tactical kick through, the master pick-up by Lomu, and the straight-out courage of the run by Justin Marshall. Sansa Rugby has arrived. Christian Cullen gets his kick in field. Burke, that was superb by Cullen again. A deflection. Play on, says the referee. It deflected off a New Zealand player. An intercept by Walter Little. Robin Brooke. Passing again. Mertens kicking wide for Wilson. That one holds up. That's not a bad kick. Roff has lost it. Campo's got trouble. Goal line is there.
Once again, the chip kick being used to good effect. Mertens doing superbly. His tactical kicking game has been spot on at Athletic Park this afternoon. Christian Cullen bringing the ball back on the counter-attack, and what wonderful skills. The chip, the chase, the catch. He had another go at it here. First real time the All Blacks have had a chance to put some wood on the Wallaby scrum.
I just noticed the team doctor, John Mayhew, talking with Norm Hewitt. He's hauled him out, he's warming up. So just keep an eye on Short Fitzpatrick. Never gone on in a test.
Come back, Sean. Come back, Sean. Let's start square.
The All Blacks may think they have a superiority in the front row. Nothing fancy here. Expect them to lock it up and go for the shunt to the goal line.
So they're locking it up now. Marshall into Zinzan Brook, and there's the fourth try. So there's the first bonus point in World Rugby Test history. Zinzan Brook, 4 tries, 20-6. It's been a superb first half. Should really tell you that Andrew Mertens is kicking to try and set a world record in this game as the fastest man to 200 points in Test rugby. This is his best bet yet. And I tell you what, as Winston McCarthy might say, listen, it's a goal. 200 Test points. Great scrum by New Zealand, taking it up to halfway. Marshall, Mertens staying close, finds the gap with the kick. Here comes Burke. Jeff Wilson to Campese. So Campese and Jones. We've got to say, it's a privilege to watch Campese play. Not so much today, but here he is heading for 100 tests this season, 96 today. One of the game's all-time greats.
That tackle was made right at my feet, and the two players just looked each other in the eye, and there was a hint of recognition, you know, the sort of slight grin. But let's get back into it. Two great players, Jones and Campese.
Michael Jones. Again, we can use that term carefully. All-time great, but Michael Jones is in that category as well for New Zealand and for the game anywhere in the world. Walter Little, Tronfeld has been in brilliant touch today, relishing the game. And they've hooked it back between his legs, and Mertens got it, and there's a line-up out to the right, and Zinzan Brook is running hard, and he's given it to Wilson. And that's 5 tries for the All Blacks. Will play this one. It's on the Aussie side. In fact, the referee's gone right back and called that a forward pass. That must have floated forward, John.
It did. You could just see the wind picked it up, and he aimed it about 3 metres behind where it landed.
Well, 68% of tests between New Zealand and Australia won by the All Blacks.
Quicker, scrum out, please, quicker! Come back, Yellows! Quicker! Show it in there! Quicker.
I think this man with the ball at his feet now has come on a tremendous amount in the 4 tests he's played this year, Justin Marshall.
Olo Brown in combination with Marshall and Robin Brook, 22-metre line. Marshall again, Mertens. There's the kick wide for Cullen and Tune and Lomu. And Lomu gets one.
That All Black team is happy. Hard work out there this afternoon.
They didn't bind in the scrum, penalty Australia. Up goes David Wilson. Garrick Morgan. There's Foley. Courageous play by him to come back so soon after a dislocated elbow. That's what it was that kept him out of the previous test. Tremendous tackle by Little again. So with 5 minutes left, here's another chance for New Zealand to stack on some points.
Attacking side ball here. No one had made an advantage. I don't think Watt Little saw that Australian player coming. He's happened to be in the right place at the right time, making another very solid tackle.
Brook to Marshall. Ryle's done some good work in defence. Zinzan Brook clearing it wide to Little. Little kicking for Wilson. He's got speed on Campo. Campo and Jeff Wilson. Good save by Campese. It's got to be a 5-metre scrum though. He took it back on the slide. A good save by Campese.
Walter Little in the action this time. He's got a good punt on him. This was just a little chip in behind. Waited perfectly. David Campese, no option but to take that ball back into goal and concede a 5-metre scrum with the All Black put in.
All players must stay bound now. And I don't know whether Michael Breyer was bound there, leaning on the scrum at the back.
I wonder if this is a time for the biggest 5'8" in world rugby.
Well, the referee has said no side. The clock ticks over 76 minutes and 50 seconds. Maybe he stopped it a little bit earlier. 43-6, and the game is over. And New Zealand take 5 points in the Sanzar series and retain the Bledisloe Cup.
Yeah, that first half outstanding, playing into the wind. And we did everything we asked. We wanted to keep the ball close, and we wanted to be urgent and get to the second phase and be hungry to get our ball in the hand, get our hand on the ball. And outstanding. I was a bit nervous. We lost the toss, and John took the wind, which is exactly what we wanted. We wanted to play into it in the first half. Everyone, Tony, and told us otherwise. I was speaking to my father this morning. He said, "Son, play into it." So really good talk about last night, and just outstanding. Just thrilled and pleased to get the series off to a great start.
Justin Marshall played sensationally well again at halfback. He was sniping at them. And then the midfield. Frank Bunce had one of his best games I've seen him in an All Black jersey, attack and defence. And Jonah Lomu, his first half, I asked him to be inspirational today. I think he was inspirational. His first half was outstanding. And then Jeff Wilson, the pressure he put on with kicks, that's the sort of game we had to play today in the wet. And so they all contributed. Then you go into the forwards. Josh Cromfeld, he had a big challenge with David Wilson. Josh Cromfeld, I think, was one of the stars of the day. Robin Brook, he knew he had to step up. They all stepped up. I think it was just one of those days that we can feel real happy about, and it's nice to smile at last.
The All Blacks' return fixture against the Wallabies in 1996 was in Brisbane's Suncorp Stadium, where they'd lost their last meeting here in 1992. Both teams had beaten South Africa after the opening game in Wellington, and this fixture would go a long way in deciding the destination of the inaugural Tri-Nations title. The Wallabies were still adapting to life after Michael Lynagh, and for this game, Pat Howard was given the number 10 jersey. And back at scrum half was George Gregan, replacing Sam Payne. And for the third consecutive match, All Black coach John Hart had the luxury of naming an unchanged 15.
As the kickoff comes, Australia would like to quinella this game. The win would keep their chances of the Tri-Nations series alive. So they've got two things, the game today and the hopes later on in the Tri-Series. So it's all about quinellas this afternoon. Commentary team Grant Fox and Keith Quinella. Marshall, Mertens, Little. This is good passing. What a tackle by Tune on Lomu. What a cheer went up from the crowd. And look at this. A tremendous... He must be sent off. Bryle must be sent off for that assault on Frank Bunce. He hit him with 10 punches, and I didn't see what started it. Michael Bryle, he's surely got to go. He must go, surely.
Well, both sides are very fizzed up this afternoon. No need for that. Touch judge Ken McCartney, who we saw a lot of last week, on the field again, but this time entirely justified.
What happened here from Bunce? It's the next part. Bunce, number 30, took a man out, so he was knocked over, and then there was just a fighting broke out.
A reversal of a penalty here. No need for that, Michael Bryle. Frank Bunce was taken out of play. Absolute nonsense. Rugby's an aggressive game, but it's controlled aggression, not silly stuff.
Well, John Hart is angry, and he's got every right to be. I think that man should have been sent from the field in disgrace. We have a responsibility in bringing the game to the big audience, and whatever happened between Bunce and knocking over and being knocked over, maybe an obstruction, has nothing to do with punching, and the man landed 10 punches at least.
Okay, gentlemen.
Halfway line to the left. Foley. Beautiful work by Sinzanbrook. Straight to Mertens, who decides to have a go. Michael Jones with him, number 6. Again, lost by New Zealand. That's the third time today. It could be a try for Australia here. Tune. Ben Tune. Gregan. A beautiful try for George Gregan. This is his first test against New Zealand since Sydney 1994, when he made the famous tackle in the right-hand corner to save the game.
That's all right, we said that was all right, the ball wasn't up.
Ian Jones, there's the drive up to the 50-metre mark. Marshall, Mertens, Walter Little, Cronfeld. That's good play by Cronfeld.
Roll away, roll away.
Now, which way will they take it? Same way. Lomu went straight through Pat Howard. Still going the same way. Cronfeld. Wilson, the two Otago men. Ball is knocked on, says referee Fleming.
Cronfeld, I think it was linking with Wilson. Campese getting his hands on the ball, forcing it out of Jeff Wilson's hands.
He's got away from Richard Toms. Matt Burke breaking out, chased by Lomu. He's got it in the clear, and this is a brilliant run away for Burke. Super try. An absolutely brilliant try. You'll never see a better one than that. And it's a big day of celebrations for Australia. The game's not over, of course, but you have to celebrate a try like that. Robin Brook going high. Australia playing a courageous game. They lost one of their big line-out men, Garrick Morgan. It's been a solo job in the line-out since. Here's a chance for points for New Zealand, but They've got to think about the big picture.
There's a hand on it first.
There's 20 minutes to go here. So they'll probably take the shot at goal.
That's the right option. Still enough time on the clock. 20 minutes to go for the All Blacks to get out of the difficult situation they're in.
Well, David Campese. Every second that ticks away here, it's a farewell for David Campese in Australian rugby. He's always worn the number 11 jersey. He's always jogged out onto the field last. He's brought style and brilliance and fallibility to the game in his time. Mertens. Through it goes. New Zealand have closed that gap. Burke plays it forward. Sinzan-Brook waits. And that's a penalty against Craig Dowd. That is a penalty for a shepherding on the ball by number 1 for New Zealand, Craig Dowd. Nervous Australian bench. You see Garrett Morgan there with the ice on his hand.
Hands by your side, please.
Surprisingly, only a 50% record of success today for Burke. This is the one he really wants, and this is the one he's delivered. The second half has been all penalties. Burke has landed 3 and Mertens 2. The halftime score was 16-9. There's Pat Howard sending one rather haphazardly to midfield. Cullen. The referee, the crowd appealing to the referee for a shepherd there as he ran around Ian Jones. Marshall, Mertens, wide to Lomu at centre. Jonah Lomu. And 3 Australians took to take him down. It's desperate stuff for New Zealand. They've got a big line up to the right. Marshall, he's got to take it round by the posts. Justin Marshall. We've got a thriller on our hands.
It's not over yet. Marshall's had an outstanding game in what a difficult circumstances. The All Black team has been making a lot of mistakes, but not this man.
6 minutes, 5 minutes to play. New Zealand in possession. Robin Brook.
Hands off, ball! Hands off!
Frank Bunce. Tenacious tackle there by Joe Rock.
Hands off it!
And now this is one at the halfway line that's going to have them holding their breath on both sides of the Tasman Sea.
You went to deck.
Well, I tell you what, David Wilson speaking to the referee there, I wouldn't do that too often. He might march him up 10 metres, which could be crucial. So, Grant, if we have a drawn match,
Back on the 10.
that's 2 points to each team. New Zealand would go to 11.
That's fine.
Australia would go to 6. South Africa would stay on 2. So the Tri-Nation Series would still be wide open.
Would be. The Wallabies would be out of it.
South Africa could win it if they scored bonus points from the last 2 games. But
Well, they need to win. They need to win both their games against Australia and New Zealand and South Africa with bonus points.
That's if this kick goes over. The Cauldron is the name of the ground. The kick by Mertens
Nailed it.
is a great one. It's 25 all.
This is unbelievable.
This is unbelievable. Australia led by 22 to 9 at one stage, and by 25 to 15. Howard caught by Kronfeld.
Hands off,
Wilson
Mike,
is
hands off.
there. 22 metres line. Campo with the drop goal. Just wide.
He had to get in the game.
Tremendous option. Their idea
Good
was
option.
right.
Idea was perfect. The All Blacks must kick deep here. There is no point kicking short. Mertens must go long, and he is.
Bit of the Rugby League thinking there on this great Rugby League ground where they have the State of Origin matches, and New Zealand has driven it back from the 22 to Tew. Lomu blocks him out. The seconds are ticking away. Hart, the New Zealand coach.
No frills here. He's chewing on his pen. He's probably got no nails left. No frills here. Mertens must stick the ball in the air. And he should look to the box.
The box is the little place behind the winger on the far touchline.
Perhaps he's setting up for the drop kick.
He's running it on the loop. Mertens through. Oh! Cullen falls over. Bunce drives on. The try is scored. The All Blacks have burgled this game off the Australians. Frank Bunce tried. John Hart delighted.
The double round. Bunce back to Mertens into the hole, and he's got speed.
Is this his first run of the season? I think it is.
He hasn't had many opportunities. Cullen, I thought he was going to go though. Look at that man Gregan again in cover. Placed the ball. Bunce was supporting. Joe, I think Kronfeld was there. Drives Bunce over. There we have it.
Desperate looks among the Wallabies, who are going to be beaten today. This young man played a tremendous role, and he puts the little full stop on it, crosses the I's, dots the T's. The game is over. New Zealand have taken the first try series by 32 to 25. They keep the Bledisloe Cup. The parties begin. But that was a game that really pumped the pulses, and Australia can be very, very disappointed.
I think the Aussies dug really deep, but it showed a huge amount of character from the All Blacks. Just tremendous to be part of a team, and I must say, even when we were 10 points down, I felt that we definitely had the firepower to get up and win the game. But 7 minutes ago, I was starting to doubt that already. But great courage by the All Blacks, and the Aussies really stuck it to us.
The All Blacks' second fixture in the 1997 Tri-Nations campaign was against the Wallabies in the vast surroundings of the MCG. Over 90,000 were in the crowd to see Sean Fitzpatrick lead out the All Blacks, only days after a Melbourne surgeon had told him he would never play again after limping out of the previous week's game in Johannesburg with a knee injury. But Fitzpatrick wasn't one to take no for an answer, and the New Zealand physio patched him up sufficiently for him to make his 89th appearance in a black shirt. As for the Wallabies, they had a youthful look throughout the 15. Gone was Campese, and in his famous number 11 shirt, the lightning-quick Joe Roth. As ever, at number 8 for New Zealand was Zinzan Brooke, playing in what would be his final test on Australian soil. In his 5 previous tests in Australia, he'd been on the winning side only twice.
Here's the referee for tonight, Ed Morrison of England, assisted by 2 Welshmen, Clayton Thomas and Derek Bevan. And away we go, and the All Blacks immediately start with an unorthodox kick to Jeff Wilson's wing, and he grabs it down beautifully. And immediately we go to a line-out. The All Blacks went the unorthodox way to start off with.
Well, it was unorthodox, wasn't it? Jeff Wilson, not known to be a taker of kickoffs, but he took it beautifully. Spectacular. Look at that. 2 hands.
Fitzpatrick finding Ian Jones, had to tap it, untidy for Olo Brown.
Olo Brown buying himself a little time by just managing to get to his feet.
Eremia has his first run. And it's been turned over by the All Blacks, but there's a hand in there.
Yes, well, it wasn't only a hand, but I think you'll find it was Daniel Manu because he was lying on the ground. Of course, if you're lying on the ground, you can't play the ball.
Let's get away on the floor, please.
But Eremia breaking through, setting it up. Yes, it was Manu went in. He's on his knees and lifts it up.
All Blacks going for a short line out. Looks like just 3 men in. Craig Dowd, Ian Jones, Robin Brooke.
5 penalties already in the game. This time Jones cleanly. Marshall finds a Brooke to Randall. There's the 22-metre line, Australian territory. Marshall digs in once more. Zinzan Brooke. Taken by John Eales in a copybook tackle. Marshall once more. Spencer looks inside. Eremia is taken by Horan. Solid tackling early on. Change of direction by Marshall. Now Tane Randall. Beautiful pass to Frank Bunce. And Bunce gets the first try of the game.
Well, Frank Bunce will be thanking Tane Randall. That was sensational for a forward to beat backs with ease and set up the pass. Bunce finishing it off well.
Spencer adds the extra 2, and the All Blacks have had to absorb a lot of pressure early in the match, but they've taken the lead by 10-3.
To take the All Blacks to 10, Australia 3.
Matthew Burke, one of the players beaten in the tackle. Again, they split their forward pack. Ian Jones goes in again. 50-50 ball. Tidied up for Gregan. Straight across to Ben Tune. He's made a good start in this game. All Blacks defence has been solid early on. Gregan finds Horan. Away for Bryle. First time he's been mentioned in the match.
And I think he lost the ball also.
Turned it over. Marshall. Now there's a chance for Jack Wilson. He's the fastest of this lot. Wilson leads the charge. And Wilson scores.
The hallmark of Jess Wilson, the spectacular try. He just loves him. And there's another one for his collection. Frank Bunce caught him on the try-scoring tally, and Jeff Wilson says, "I'll have the next." And what another magnificent try by Wilson.
This time it's Robin Brooke cleanly. Edging up towards halfway. Wonderful first half display by the All Blacks after the slow start. Craig Dowd carries it on. All looking for it, it's Olo Brown. Now the touch judge might become involved here. Let's have a look.
Little incident off the ball where Sean Fitzpatrick was on the ground and John Hills came over. You see John Hills at the back there and gives him a clip on the head. We'll watch as the two of them on the bottom of the ground now get up.
Skipper.
You might have just seen in the corner of your screen, John Hills went back to the play.
Sean Fitzpatrick was holding on to the leg of Daniel Manu, it would seem.
Yeah, well, if he's holding our man on the ground purposely all the time, doing it all day, we've got to retaliate. We've got to use force.
Thank you. Don't do it through me, not through you.
Well, did you hear that? It was almost what Greg Smith said during the week. Sean was restricting things happening. Little professional fouls, I suppose you may call it. And John Eales saying we have to retaliate. Ed Morrison saying, but through me, not through you.
I got it. Ted.
Sean Fitzpatrick got a word to say to the opposition.
Keep coming.
89th Test match for Sean Fitzpatrick, and he'll get the opportunity in a couple of weeks' time to lead his All Blacks onto Eden Park for the 50th time as captain.
Okay, if anybody's there, we just release. Sorry?
Faultless kicking display so far from Carlos Spencer. Another magnificent kick from Carlos Spencer. 23 points to 6 and just seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, the New Zealand scrum was so powerful the last scrum. Now it's their ball. Can they hold? Can they have a stable scrum to produce stable ball to clear? And the answer to that is yes. Good scrum, good control.
Controlled by Zinzan. There for Marshall. Spencer from his in-goal area. And that's a lovely clearance from Carlos Spencer. Out towards the 22.
But by no means out of the woods. Australian ball to the line out. Very hard to stop John Eales. He's been in commanding form today.
Come back strongly in the second half, the Australians.
Watch the penalties, please. Thank you.
Clean take again for John Eales. Larkham. 5 metres out from the line, Steve Larkham. Ball there for Gregan, slowly. Chance. John Eales. No, double movements.
Well, we saw John Eales tackled round the legs on the ground. You can't play the ball on the ground.
All Blacks putting pressure on the Australian scrum. Coker. Against Tane Randall. Now Gregan. Manu runs into Zinzan Brook. He'll have fond memories of last time he played rugby in Victoria. He was the All Black captain against Victoria, and that tackle has caused a turnover.
Well, crucial turnover to New Zealand. In a wonderful position now. The luxury of their own loose head, 20 metres out. They'll be wanting to improve on this 23-6 half-time scoreline. No points in the second half, and we're 20 minutes in.
Wilson's on for Robinson. Tane Randall runs off the back. Now Olo Brown. Straight from Olo Brown. Pops it up for Craig Downs. Almost. Now they want to free it. Zinzan away from Marshall. Spencer. Easy try for Christian Cullen. It had to happen. And Christian Cullen gets it.
Well, you say easy try, but it was the pass that did it. The pass from Carlos Spencer was missed 2, maybe missed 3 on to Christian Cullen, this wonderful rugby player.
Ted, get away from me on the floor, please. Just
Look at that.
Get away.
Penalty count of 17-8 against New Zealand in favour of Australia.
Australia go down to 15 metres out from the All Black line. Not looking terribly happy on the Australian bench. Tim Horan, Dirk Williams. Again it's John Eales. 10 metres out from the All Black line. Foley right in the thick of it, looking to turn the ball.
Australia making the yardage, but not really having the ball totally under control at the back of the maul.
You can see an All Black in there. They got a little bit isolated. I'm not sure which one it was, but he's the one that ended up keeping the ball off the ground for all that time.
They'll take it quickly. Away goes Gregan. Marshall got in to make a big tackle, and the try's given. Little George Gregan took it quickly, and the All Blacks couldn't get to him quickly enough. And Gregan gets Australia's first try.
So they've got the line out. Australia throw.
All Blacks backed onto their line. John Eales. Ball on the ground. Now it's in the hands of Morgan.
Australia really taking the New Zealand forwards on physically. The human battering ram concept. Get over the line at all costs. With all those talented backs out wide.
Here they come. Goal line is right there. Desperate defence here from the All Blacks. Gregan looks left and right. The leap from Roth, the try for Little. Jason Little, and Australia edging closer. Time goes up, the siren is gone. Referee wants the last throw to go. Tap to Marshall. Zinzan Brook. 10-metre line, Australian territory. Remarkable effort again by the All Blacks as Frank Bunce scored the first try. Sets it again for Marshall. They could grab a bonus point with a late try in this game. Glenn Osborne. Kronfeld. 10 metres out from the line. There it is for Marshall. Craig Dowd running wide. Needs a bit of help. Sails it. Sets it beautifully. Zinzan with an Aussie rules kick. Cashmore. And he runs it out. And that is it. And the All Blacks have done it again.
Full time in the fourth Australia Rugby Series, the Ladies World Cup match, New Zealand 33, defeating Australia 18. The forward man of the match is New Zealand flanker Tate Randall, who will be presented with a crystal.
It's about confidence of every player from 1 to 15, and we're developing that, and they're a young team right through, and we're excited. And it's 2 wins out of 2 in the Bledisloe Cup and also the Tri Series. So we're thrilled to go home and have a week off now.
There was a real buzz around Sydney ahead of the opening Tri-Nations fixture of the new millennium. The match represented the first game between the great old rivals since Australia had won their second World Cup. And with the Sydney Olympics a matter of weeks away, over 109,000 crammed into Stadium Australia. A world record for a rugby match. The Australian 15 included 9 of the team who'd started in the World Cup final 8 months earlier. But making his Bledisloe Cup debut was Sterling Mortlock. New Zealand had a new coach in Wayne Smith, and he appointed Canterbury lock Todd Blackadder to replace Tain Randall as All Black captain for this campaign.
Australia-New Zealand meeting for the 135th time since 1903, and Justin Marshall taking the ball and immediately tackled inside the quarter. And here's a breakout. Tain Randall straight through the middle of the Australian ruck, 8 from halfway. Good work by Carl Hoft. So the Wallaby defence just a little asleep there as Mertens goes straight back to Chris Latham. That's the 22. Latham with a big torpedo. It's a huge kick. Randall again. Ron Cribb now with his first touch in a Bledisloe. We're 12 from halfway. And New Zealand gets the scrum feed. John Eales complaining about that, but Andre Watson in no doubt.
Cool start there from both sides. Good kick there from Chris Latham, but an equally good punch up by Ben Cribb. Well directed by Tane Randell. Tane Randell will play a big part in this game and strategy.
Australian scrum nice and low. Ron Cribb goes himself. Running sideways there. And again, Mertens forced to kick it. Was partly charged down. The bounce for Alatini. Umaga! That's a gift 5-pointer for New Zealand. Chris Latham has made a mistake there. And it's a dream start for the Kiwis. Will you remember last year that Andrew Mertens got an early try? Put the Australians back on their heels as Randall taps the ball back. So the All Blacks with their tails up now. Umaga cleared from scrum half. They're into space here. Lomu! Here they go again! Only Latham to beat. Gregan's across. He easily beat Latham. And another try coming up here for New Zealand. Alatini! Sensational! The All Blacks spun the ball wide. They promised to do it. And Lomu pulverised the Aussie defence out wide. Well, the crowd is shell-shocked. Umaga after 1 minute 30. Alatini after 3 minutes. And the Wallabies don't go the 10 metres. The All Blacks play on. 2 tries in 3 minutes. What a start to Bledisloe 2000 and the Tri-Nations. They're finding some great gaps. Alatini again. And a third try to Cullen. It's raining tries here. It's a demolition at Stadium Australia. We've never seen a start like this in a major match. The All Blacks crossing for their third try in the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, the Wallabies haven't seen the ball, apart from that early blemish. Now they get their hands on it. What can they do? Here's Jason Little having a go. Here's Gregan. Stephen Larkham. He has Mortlock for a try. He's away. That's a great riposte from the Wallabies. Larkham has just blitzed the New Zealand defence, and Sterling Mortlock gets his third test try in as many matches.
Well, a nightmare has temporarily ceased the Australian side. They've got to go on from here.
So Australia looking to consolidate from this attacking platform. John Eales. Gregan. Little gap here for Williams. Big Jim Williams! Can he get there? Wallabies driving. 1 metre short. Gregan now. Here it is. Mortlock! He gets his second. It's raining tries here at the stadium.
Williams does extremely well here through some very big New Zealand players. There's Todd Blackadder brings in the ground, and George Gregan, fantastic vision, finds Mortlock hammering down the sideline.
Big shot there from New Zealand. Australia come again. Mertens now. Hurried kick downfield. Mortlock, 2 tries for the Wallabies. Shows all the skills. Latham now 10 from halfway. Latham and Mortlock. Oh, brilliantly taken by Blackadder, the All Black skipper. Now New Zealand ready to go on the right. Marshall just couldn't quite offload. Held up by Larkham. Australia short here on the right. Cribb inside to Hoft. Beat the first tackle. Halfway line centre field. David Wilson wins the penalty for Australia and gets a little pat on the head there from his skipper.
And David Wilson's having a screamer out there tonight. He's had 2 breaks with the back of the line out and made huge territory. Big Carl Hoff gets through. Wilson all over him. No release. Now we'll see Latham built into the corner.
Strength of the All Blacks is the ability that they have out wide, but then they're turning the ball inside. So it's creating the doubt for the Wallaby defence.
So Chris Latham, who took up the game of rugby as a 17-year-old at Narrabri High School, just to get some extra time off his school lessons.
Given the breakdown at Randwick, did an apprenticeship as a mechanic.
John Eales wins it quickly. Gregan, this is Connors. All Blacks stretched again here. 7 to go. Great pass from Gregan. Little, hammered there by Randall. Roth. 5 to go for Australia. Gregan to Larkham. Herbert, almost through the gap. Gregan again. Latham, he's there. 3rd try for Australia. Unrelenting momentum and pressure there. The blowtorch was applied, and Chris Latham, who had a horror start to the game, has got Australia's 3rd.
Well, this is the sort of composure you expect from a side that's won the World Cup. They were shot to pieces after 5 minutes, and they're almost back.
Here's John Eales. Absolutely magnificent. Richard Harry. They drive ahead. Gregan and Larkham. Little. He stepped. Williams was there. Dan Herbert. Mark Connors find his Queensland teammates pass. Giffen just behind Gregan here. Larkham trying to change the running angle. Australia clean out. Herbert again. Through the traffic. 6 to go. Williams! 1 metre out. Wallabies looking for their 4th. Harry! Australia control the ball. Gregan wants it. Larkham, no way through there. Back through his legs. Williams and Gregan again. Delayed pass to Roth. There it is for Herbert, just short. Gregan has his hands on it. He was tackled offside. Roth gets over. Great advantage by the referee. And the Wallabies incredibly draw level.
Man, oh man. Have we got a game on our hands here? How about the composure of the Wallabies here? The ball retention. They just had the patience to work and probe and find the hole in New Zealand defence. Joe Roth finally crashes across.
Well, the 109,000 crowd is having their say. They're giving the players a stupendous ovation. 7 tries scored, 4 by Australia, 3 by New Zealand. We are locked at 24 apiece.
You'll see Williams go to open side, one would think. Kept at number 8, Connors the blind side.
So such athleticism from Eales. Gregan with a great offload to Harry. Now Paul and Williams. John Eales drives him. Larkham. There's the decoy runner. Sterling Mortlock coming through. They're offside. Referee plays advantage in front of the goalposts. Larkham then. Here's Latham. Luckily for the All Blacks, he slipped over. 7 metres to go here. Still playing advantage. Mark Connors wearing the yellow headgear. Gregan so calm. The variation for Little. Last line defence.
No advantage.
But we'll come back to the original penalty offence. Australia infringed subsequently, but Norm Maxwell's been penalised again. This will put Australia in front for the first time. Sterling Mortlock. The long road back for the Wallabies. Mertens goes high. Oh, some great work there by the All Blacks. He's cribbed. Marshall. He's there. New Zealand have got it. Justin Marshall hit it at pace. Some very flimsy Wallaby defence, and the All Blacks back in the lead.
You can see just how dangerous they are when they've got the ball for a consistent period of time. Marshall's such a dangerous runner.
John Eales at the back. Larkin with great hands. Mix up. Little. Gregan. He recovers. George Gregan! The chance is on here for Jeremy Paul! Australia trailed by 4. What a break there by Gregan. Latham's out on the left, calling for the ball on the wing. Roth. Tore Kepu. 8 minutes to go. Australia now. Kafer. Paul! There it is! Let's wait for the referee. Has he awarded the try? Jeremy Paul kisses his hand. Andre Watson is happy. The Wallabies have hit the lead.
35-34. Kick to come. What a game, what a try from the Wallabies.
Australia, 1 point in front. That's an anticlimax, isn't it? So 35-34. These two great rugby nations are separated by a point. New Zealand need a score of any description here to take the lead and probably win the match. It's been pinched again. I think it was David Giffen. And Joe Roth gets the touch, but only 10 metres out from the goal line.
The other big thing to watch for the Wallabies, obviously the penalties. What's the line out? Hammett gets it wrong.
Giffen has won it again. Well, this is absolutely back-breaking and heartbreaking for the All Blacks. Larkham on his left foot, doesn't get the touch. Here's Umaga. Collins with him. Lomu's out on the right. Fabulous tackle by Connors. Cullen put his side under pressure. Umaga took it ahead. The All Blacks can still snatch it here with 3 minutes to go. Brown. Lomu. He's beaten one. Little came again. Now Australia in trouble here. Cullen. This is Flavel. Case Muse, the prop forward to the 22. Wallaby defence has regrouped. 2.5 minutes to go. Australia by 1 point. Alatini, Iramia. Sandwiched in midfield. Kelleher. Randall and Lomu. Can he do it? Larkham. Lomu has won the game surely for New Zealand. This has been a magnificent comeback by the All Blacks after all look lost. And it's that man, Jonah Lomu, the human juggernaut. Andrew Walker. And he hasn't gone the 10 metres. And that's probably the end of the game for the Wallabies. Well, the only hope there was for Latham to let the ball bounce and hope it went forward. But the All Blacks were pouring through on him. So pressure there on Walker. And New Zealand now can run the clock down. Well, this has been a monumental exhibition from both sides. And you've really got to hand it to this All Black team. They're the ones who, after Australia showed so much character, they're the ones who really shown a steely resolve. Superbly led by Todd Blackadder here tonight. Kelleher then. Back to Hammonds. Time's up on the clock. There's the hooter. The All Blacks have it by 4. Nothing stupid needed from New Zealand now. They just have to retain the ball. Here's Cullen. And here's Umaga. He lost the heads. That should be the final whistle. Full time. It was 5 tries apiece, and in the end, goal kicking proved the difference. Merton's got 4 conversions to Australia's 2, and those extra 4 points were all that separated these 2 great sides at the final whistle.
Oh, we're just really proud to be wearing the All Black jersey, and we wear it with great pride. And you know, we do it for all of New Zealand, and we really mean that every time we pull a jersey on. We're doing it for our country.
Bledisloe 1, 2003, Telstra Stadium underway. And the first touch from the kick-off to Lottie Takiri. So New Zealand dominating the territory in these opening minutes.
Leave him in the air, wait!
Chris Jack at the front. Reuben Thorne came in to rip. Spencer! Umaga out wide. McCaw's with him. Umaga holds on. Well, a host of players out here on the rights. Mialamu into David Giffen. Good ball for Marshall. Major takes on Moore and Smith, the 2 flankers. And Australia's turned it over. So a bonus. And Smith and Moore in concert there. And now Rogers. Here comes Saylor. Saylor now with Flatley in support. Flatley, Cannon the hooker. It's 10 metres out for the Wallabies. Big overlap here, Kefu. Burke, yes! What a mighty try by the Wallabies, and it came from Matt Rogers.
Well, what a reply. Listen to this crowd go off. Matt Burke, you're still a hero.
Stay down, wait!
Good pressure from Australia.
Marshall, the pass from Collins wasn't a good one. Muliaina, and they bundle him over the touchline. Again, the execution letting New Zealand down. Nowhere near as crisp as last week.
They don't seem to have that patience that was aplenty. They haven't balanced yet. Came to the side and the Qantas wing cam again down low.
Marshall with a good pass to Spencer. He's over the advantage line. Major! Spencer on the loop. Rokotoko! He's got the pace! He's a try-scoring machine. The Fijian-born Joe Rokotoko. That's his 8th Test try in only his 5th international. much of it. Marshall underneath. Gregan and Flatley. Larkham is a second receiver here. Trying to drill that one to touch. Muliaina looking to link up with Howlett. Rokothoko's there as well. Now Marshall.
Wait.
Wallabies sneaking up. Mialamu the hooker. But Brendan Cannon's been standing out in midfield and defence with the flankers. That's McCaw. Better build up from New Zealand. Aaron Major. He beat Noriega. Howlett all the way. Poor defence, Australia. Now Spencer, Umanga, Muliaina, got away from Rogers and another one for Rokotoko. They won't catch him. It's only Takiri, but it's no contest. Australia exposed horribly out wide. The All Blacks get their third try.
The All Blacks will contest.
That's Bickerman at the back. Wallabies on their heels here. And Larkham for the hurried clearance. No touch. Rokotoko. Spencer wants it. Out wide is Muliaina and Dougie Howlett as well. New Zealand counter. Muliaina and Umanga. Lovely step. Another one. And a bonus point. It's turning into a massacre here at Telstra Stadium. Well, it's certainly caution to the wind for the Australians. And clever play by Larkham. Now he's got to drop it inside the touchline, but the kick wasn't his best. Jerry Collins, Muliaina calls for it. Umanga's outside him. And here's Lottie Takiri. That's probably one of New Zealand's worst kicks tonight. Takiri goes himself. Here's Gregan. Australia keeping it alive here. Latham went without it. Lost it in contact. Referee plays advantage.
No fullback for the Wallabies. Someone must get back there.
It's just deteriorating for the men in goal at the moment. Hewitt. Latham's back into position. 33 plays 11. The All Blacks in total command here. Carter. They gap him again, and it's another try. Australia's being humiliated here in the Bledisloe Cup at Telstra Stadium. Well, New Zealand have shown what they can do on a hard, dry field. They've had a lot of wet weather across the Tasman for the earlier test matches, but in South Africa last week and here in Sydney, they have relished the going and they have blitzed Australia out wide. Some very poor defence by the outside backs in this Wallaby team.
Well, the Wallabies need to use the ball now. The game's pretty much gone. They have to get something out of the game. George Gregan really has to show his leadership skills now and make sure that they've got a game in a week's time and they get confidence out of the next few minutes in the match.
But they've got to make sure they don't do what they just did a minute ago, and that's throw the ball around willy-nilly. If they throw it around with no purpose, then the All Blacks will pounce and then they will hit Australia hard and they will rack up a big score.
Gregan and Sailor. Lovely running by Sailor, and what a step. He'll get his try here. Beat Wendell. Yes! That's a brilliant try to Sailor. And some consolation pickings for the Wallabies. a loose throw, but they've cleaned up well. Marty Holler did it, and he's held it. Latham in front, the only Wallaby. And a grand covering tackle there by Chris Latham.
Fantastic tackle, Chris Latham. Showed him the sideline like he did to Jason Robinson a couple of years ago in the British Lions. And this time, shows him the sideline. And
very brave effort, as you say, Tim, to give this man 5 metres. And Howlett backed himself. Desperate lunging tackle by Chris Latham. Well done.
Geez, he only just got him though.
You only have to just get them. Steve Kefu on for Elton Flatley.
Don't worry about it.
So Australia's hold on the Bledisloe Cup, brittle at best at the moment. New Zealand will have to win the return clash in Auckland. They've won this match here in Sydney. And it's Carter, Muliaina, and a hat-trick for Rokotoko. That's rubbing it in. The mother of all hidings here for the Wallabies, equaling New Zealand's highest ever score against Australia in Test rugby.
Oh, engage. Stay down, waiting. Wait. Hold, please.
Here's Latham then. Wallabies back there to support him. Finnegan, Cannon. Larkham goes left. Looking to size up Case Muse. To Kiri. Got the pass away to Rogers. Rogers away. Try number 3 to the Aussies. As the league converts in concert. It was a great offload there by Lottie Takiri. Australia's Bledisloe domination appears to be in tatters. 43-21. It's going to take a monumental comeback in Auckland. Marty Holler takes it ahead. This is Brad Thorne. New Zealand looking for another try for their highest ever score against the Wallabies. Can they bring up a half century? A converted try and do it. Is it coming? Steve Devine out on the wing.
Probably the wrong bloke to be there. Not enough oomph.
Jerry Collins. Taken to ground by Darwin.
No, rubbish.
Rokotoko over on the wing is salivating at the moment to get this ball.
Can he get 4 tries, Rokotoko? Look at the stepping from Major. Oh! And a half century coming up here for the All Blacks. That completes the humiliation. The 26th of July 2003, the night the All Blacks put 50 on the world champion Wallabies with a record score, 50 points to 21. It wasn't a game, it was a shame for the Aussies. They have been smashed here by this rampant New Zealand team who have run in 7 tries, 4 of those coming in the second half.
For this fixture, New Zealand were on the crest of a wave. Having already beaten the British and Irish Lions, they were now well placed to secure a 6th Tri-Nations title in 10 years. Standing in their way in Auckland's Eden Park were a struggling Wallaby team that had lost 4 games in succession. Graham Henry was still missing Dan Carter, and so Leon MacDonald wore the number 10 shirt. And making his last Test appearance in New Zealand was captain Tana Umanga. Australia were riddled with injuries and were without experienced heads like Sterling Mortlock and Stephen Larkham. But Eddie Jones had more than capable replacements in young talent such as Mark Gerrard and Drew Mitchell.
Well, they're almost set to go. Final match of the Tri-Nations in 2005. South Africa lead the table at the moment. The All Blacks need to win here tonight to grab the title.
Australia, they're split. They've got lock on either side.
The kickoff made by Rogers. Deep downfield taken by Major. And a spiralling punt and good distance too. Mitchell knocks it back. And he reaches the All Blacks around about the 10-metre line as they came up in a run, and the All Blacks driving clean over the top here. Good start by the All Black pack, and they've moved the Wallabies off the ball, and it's gone to Soialo, gets it away to Lauaki. Now Major just running out of room, so he tried to take it back in field, and Lauaki's there again, just near the 22 as the All Blacks probe down the blind side. Powerful start here by the men in black as Umaga sends it off to Major. Now it's with McCaw, holds it up, doesn't deliver the pass to Heyman, and they're right in centre field here as Wepu arrives. Now he flicks it wide. Putting it on the boot was McDonald's, and getting back is George Smith in the rather unfamiliar role of number 8, but he's done a good job tidying up, and the Wallabies get a penalty. Well, they've messed up another one as the All Blacks get an opportunity. They get it quickly out to Umaga, having a bit of a crack in midfield, gets rid of Takiri and keeps going, and got the pass away too to Muliaina. Ball loose, but it's been snapped up by McCaw. McCaw still going, and McDonald's lost it, but it's still live with Wepu. He's got assistance there from Rokafoko. Away for Major. Australians close the gap very quickly. Here's McCaw! Richie McCaw gets the opening try.
Hang on, gentlemen. There's no ball yet. Second rows. Crouch and hold. Okay, crouch and hold. Engage.
Soialo hands off to Wepu, and he might have kicked this a bit hard. No, he's judged it pretty well. Tapped beautifully by Muliaina. Howard's got support. Soialo dragging them with him. Now he lays it back for Wepu to carry on. All Blacks rampaging here, 5 metres out, and it's fed away. Quick hands required. They're going to get Lomu, and beautifully taken. Still a chance though for Umaga. Now Major sends it wide for Lauaki. He's playing advantage to the referee, by the way. They're offside, the Wallabies. There's Rokafoko, and he's lost it.
No advantage, offside both ways, George.
Ali Williams thinks about taking this quickly, but he's not quite on the spot. He is going to take it quickly, puts the kick in, and it's got to be a try. Doug Howlett. Ali Williams, you've got to be kidding. What a kick.
We just begged him for not being able to kick, but obviously it wasn't his right foot.
Lomu. Easy take. Jack slips the pass over the top to McCaw, who got the first try. All Blacks again hard on attack. Good charge by Lauaki. Now it's Wepu, McDonald, Major, Muliaina. Howard does it again.
Can we check, please? Julio, can we check, please?
The man they call the Black Panther, Walker Nathan. What a player he was.
I'm sure was. He looks in very good health there too, doesn't he?
Yes, I think he did a stint as the president of the Auckland Union a couple of years back.
That's fine. Receiver. Who's the receiver?
Brendan Cannon throws. A little bit shaky, but they've got it. Here's a flat pass. Gerrard on the charge. Mark Gerrard, what a good run. Now he's looking for support, and I think Chisholm's in.
That's right.
That's a beauty. Mark Gerrard.
Have a look again, please.
And Mark Chisholm.
Please. Julia, can you just check to make sure the ball was grounded, please?
Full line out from Australian, very deep back line.
Cannon throws deep. Elsom, he's been the major ball winner. In pass, here's Gerrard. Gerrard's in. What a start. The Wallabies rush to him. They know how important that try is.
Wonderful try from a set move.
Muliaina comes charging up towards the halfway line. Wepu. McDonald having a bit of a run. Lays it back nicely. Now it's off to Lomu. He in turn gets it back from McCaw. Lomu though taking a nice tackle right round the bootlaces. Now here's Wepu. Has to lay it back for McCaw. Jack Umaga knocked it back, and it's still going backwards. Muliaina. Australia going well in defence here, forcing the All Blacks backwards. And Wepu now for McDonald, charged by Takiri. Here's a chance for the Wallabies. He's leading the race, and he gets the try, Lottie Takiri.
Full line out, and again we're just seeing the likes of Takiri, first receiver maybe from Rogers.
Nice take by Kanar. Now it's with Lottie Takiri.
Thank you, that's good, number 7, thank you.
Regan, pass to no one in particular, but it bounces up for Gerrard. He can make something out of nothing, and has done so far tonight.
Get off it!
And once again the Australians are on the front foot. Regan, Rogers, nice pass to Smith. Here's a chance, and Johansson, first touch of the ball in Test rugby, and he gets a try.
Lovely move from Australia. They got the forward momentum.
Rogers, another massive kick. Flat pass across to Major, signals his intentions. Rogers lines it up. And another clever kick. Buying time. Muliaina. All Blacks coming pretty quickly. Forces the mistake. Howlett with a sprint. He's got support from Ryan. The All Blacks have a chance. They get it away to Howlett. And he's going to get a hat-trick. And the All Blacks stretch it out again.
Second rows here.
Just over 2 minutes remaining. Wallabies, remember, need to score twice.
Lads, we've got a problem this side. No one's there. Let's make sure that finds us.
They were written off before this Test match, but they've showed a lot of resolve.
Seconds, please.
Given the key players not here.
Let's go scrum half. Let's get it in.
Big All Black scrum.
Big scrum.
Smith. Well, he may well be the number 8 of the future. George Smith, he's only 25 years of age. He's got a long way to go in his Test career as Whittaker gets it away to Mackay. Johansson, the try scorer. Now Whittaker once more. All Blacks swarming across the defence. Gerrard turns it back on the inside to Rowe. And now it's Whittaker once more to Keary. All Blacks need to make some tackles inside their own 22. Umaga looking for the turnover. Not there for him though, so Whittaker again. Now it's out into centre field. Here's Rowe again.
Hands away, Black now. Good. Back foot.
Chris Whittaker. Johansson. Quick hands to Ward. Wave after wave of attack. The All Blacks having to defend stoutly.
Let go, Black.
Mackay takes it in. Now Whittaker again. Here's Sharp. He's turned it over. Ball pops back on the All Black side. They might decide to run this out. Muliaina from inside his 22, and he's decided to go for the touchline with just 30-odd seconds remaining.
Well, interesting the way the Australians were attacking Matt Rogers. He was virtually playing on the wing there.
And in fact, that's it. Chris White has said the game is over. The All Blacks have won it by 10, and they've won the Tri-Nations.
We played superbly in the first half. Fell off a few tackles in the second. Defence coach needs to look at it. But no, as I say, you know, New Zealanders should be very happy tonight. All Blacks are, and the management's very happy as well.